All right, guys, so the boat that I'm using is an 1860 G3. So this is not the tunnel hole model, but it is a 18-foot, 60-inch bottom G3 boats. Very well made. Bought this a few years ago from an older gentleman that used it to fish here as well. He couldn't use it anymore due to skin cancer, so I was happy to be able to grab it from him and kind of still put it to use. This isn't more of a basic model. I've actually done quite a few things to it, and it is still a work in progress. If you see some things that are like cosmetic issues or flaws in it, I am going to be updating this, and I'll put out another video to kind of show my process. I'm not the greatest handyman in the world, so if you see some stuff that looks a little wonky, you know, I did it and it's not going to be perfect. So anyways, so like I said, 1860 G3 sits on a beautiful Continental trailer that came with the boat. Thing's in freaking awesome shape. That was one of my favorite parts about the boat when I bought it. Was like a brand new trailer from Mike's Trailers in Homosassa, Florida. Before I bought this boat, I actually bought a trailer from him before. If you guys down here, you'll see it on his number and stuff. If you guys want to get a good deal on a trailer, he's got great trailers in stock, really reasonable prices. But like I said, this one actually came with the boat, so it's already ready to go. Up front, I got a very old Minn Kota 55-pound thrust Riptide trolling motor. Pulls it around pretty good. I probably could use like a 70-pound thrust on it just because of how heavy this boat is. But it does the job, especially if you're in like the backwater and stuff. As long as the wind's not kicking too hard, it pulls you around pretty well. So a little worn out. I'm gonna have to get a new one here soon. I like the manual hand controlled models better than the remote controls and stuff. Even though I do fish sight fish from a big platform, still I kind of have a extender handle that I use on it, but it works pretty well. So yeah, I'd recommend that. There's less things to go wrong on it. Very basic and simple, no foot controls. I've had all that stuff before, and this one kind of does the best. So the boat came with SeaDek on it, so it's already got the SeaDek, the camouflage. He did a great job. So you can see he's got the pedestal base there still. I don't really use that. We kind of just fish off the front like it is. This is where I connect my casting platform to with a cable tie to kind of hold it down and keep it a little bit tighter. So in here I got a battery switch that leads to the 2 batteries in the front deck. There's storage in both of these to keep my tackle and dry storage here for my wife and my son when they want to bring things and his life jackets and whatnot. My wife just got me this for my birthday, which is pretty awesome. So even though she's the one that sits on it, it makes life pretty nice, especially when you're waiting for reds to hit and stuff. It's a 50 quart cooler. It's got the folding backrest on it, so like if you got rods out the back, you can sit that way. If you got rods in the front, you can sit it that way, and it works pretty well. I actually just recently ripped the console out of this thing, so you can see kind of still where the lines are from where the console was in the floor there, and where the brand new diamond plating is. That's all going to get cleaned up a lot and then painted. I just put this console in myself. This is a Sea-Ark Alaskan model. It's the tall, skinny console basically that they sell for stand-up driving. That's all I do is stand up and drive. So I ordered that. It was about 350 bucks. Got some rod holders on there. This is a custom seat off of another boat that I owned, and eventually I'm going to build a cover with a metal fab shop in town to cover all this up, clean up all these wires and everything. But it wasn't too hard. It took me a couple days to get it on there, but makes life a lot easier, especially where I run. The entire bottom is nothing but rock, so you really got to be able to look and know where you're going. So this makes it a lot better, a lot cheaper than doing like a tower or something like that. But the wiring, still working on the wiring, but I got a little basic switch panel, got my jack plate switch up here, power pole switch, keys, all that stuff. So that's all in there, but in the inside I won't show you yet. It's got to get cleaned up a little bit, but here soon we'll have that done. Back here on the back, powering the whole thing, I've got a 60 Yamaha 4-stroke. Thing runs like a freaking tank, and I have zero complaints with it at all so far, knock on wood. It's been very reliable, really good on gas. and can't say anything wrong about it. I did throw a Bob's Machine Shop cavitation plate on the back. That helped tremendously with both the ability to jack the motor up higher, as well as bite and being able to steer a lot easier. That really helps out a lot. It's kind of like a rudder in the water. I am going to put a cupped prop on there so I can run a little bit higher. No, it does not have a tunnel, but you'd be surprised how high you can get this thing and still retain good water pressure and good flow, and being able to cool the motor. Right now it's just a standard soulless aluminum prop. We're going to get a stainless steel on that guy. The boat also came with a power pole, so this is I believe a 6 or 8 foot model, which is great for fishing out here. I mean, fishing anywhere. These things are probably one of my favorite things on the entire boat. I came from the world of like a 14-foot John boat with a mushroom maker, so this thing, it just makes life so easy when you're fishing. It really does. You pull up to a spot, you got redfish in front of you, and you can just run to the front of the boat, push the remote control, drop that bad boy down, and it's good to go. So I do have an Atlas micro jacker on this. I believe it's a 6-inch jack. Runs pretty well. Probably gonna get a new one on it here soon. It is a little old. I think the guy bought it used before he sold it to me, but it does the job, and I can get this thing pretty high out of the water even without a tunnel. Here, I'll show you. We'll actually jack this guy up and I'll show you how high we can actually get it out of the water. Let's turn the switch on. There we go. So while I'm running, as long as I'm not in too choppy of water, I can actually get it to right about there while running without a tunnel. And you can see, I know that seems absolutely nuts, but, or at least it does to me, but you can see the intake is actually level with the bottom of the boat. Water raises about 1/4 inch every inch behind the boat you go. So I mean, if I put a setback plate on it, I could probably get up maybe a little bit more, but I mean, for where I'm running, I can comfortably run in 6 to 8 inches of water. That's really all you need. And it doesn't run like that for a long period of time. It's just while I'm jumping over bars or running super skinny water. The water, like I said again, the water here is pretty ridiculously shallow, so that definitely helps a lot. But got a Bimini top on it, of course, and for the hot summer days, it gets pretty nasty out there in the summertime. And under here, got a little bit of a mess, but it does have a 20-gallon fuel tank, which helps a lot. So with, you know, long runs and being able to go out and stay out a lot longer and not have to worry about the fuel. It is a little bit more weight, but I like having extra fuel. But yeah, again, so any of my videos, this is going to be the boat that we're going to be on. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Again, once I make the plate and make it a little bit neater, I'll do another video to show you kind of the update on how it's looking. But make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.